It was cool. You got a serious fight out of it, and look, seamless. The scene was written for it was a violent scene of fear and whatever, of separate, and that element was not there. It couldn't physically be there. So I think if you screened that scene, like even David screened that scene, he would see that, well, the purpose of that hallucination wasn't there, creatively and performance-wise, And it was kind of the same thing as the atrophied thing, I told David, you remember, these are the days when my technology didn't exist, and this was early days. Was foam, and he wanted this little atrophied puppet. And I told him, I said, a puppet's a puppet. A puppet's a puppet. And you want it to look like a real person, so, boy, boy, boy. You're asking that's one of the most difficult things I can imagine. Like the head can't be any bigger than this, which means his fingers are like a third the size of a pencil, and somehow I've got to make them all move. And it's like, you don't need to go to all that effort, because let's do it another way. I wanted to build a big set of legs, because Jeremy's point of view, looking down at his thing, I can build this way easier and have it breathing and his legs move around. That's a very easy puppet to make. And then have real Jeremy Irons there as the guy, and I can prosthetically make him up, or just fucking let Jeremy do it, and you have a perfect illusion. The only thing you couldn't have is both of them in the same shot without spending a lot of money CG-wise. But if it's a hallucination, they don't need to be in the same shot. It's this and this, Anyway.